Hi, this is Mama Sue, and today we're going to do something just a little bit different. What I have in front of me is I took a necklace apart that had all these little pieces on it, and I had like 30 pieces by the time I took that necklace apart. I got them at a thrift store. And then and we're going to make some earrings with these. And this is a necklace that had like chains in between it, but I figured if I cut these all apart, I could make some cute little earrings. Or you could even make a dangly earring that's that long. That would be quite cute also. Maybe we'll do both. And then I found this one necklace that had all these little pieces in it, and I thought that would make a really cool earring. Well, let me show you what I came up with. I made these little dangly earrings with a chain out of the ones I had to cut apart. And I'll be showing you that. Like this. This is very easy to make. I'm showing you easy things today. This is a very easy project, and I'll show you how to do that. And then here's the earrings I came up with for those little red pieces that I cut apart out of that one necklace. Now these make a cute little earring, but what I thought was interesting about when you buy these things, you think about all the different things that you can do with them. Like these can be opened up and you can put a photograph in them. But I just decided to go with earrings, and all I did was I used, let me change my camera a little bit. I changed the, from a chain, I put these little pieces that are like keychain in there. But we're going to do it out of chain when we do it. But I just wanted you to see the variety, the different thing that you can do. Because we did the one in a chain, and I'm going to show you that you can do this in a chain also. By chain, I'm talking about what we did with these. And then also with those flat ones, the little black ones here, this came with black and gold. This necklace came with black and gold, and I thought these made some cool earrings. Now if you had and then we're going to make some out of that are black as well. But those make some really cool, really long earrings if you like the long earrings. If you want them to really show up for clubbing, there you go. Okay, we'll start off with these so that you know how to use these little rings here, so that you know how to use those when we get over to the others. Okay, this time we're going to make them out of black, because we have the black. We had black and gold in that, and I've already made it gold, so we're going to switch over to black. Now what you're going to need is, you're just going to need the flat nose for this one, and you don't need the file for this one, but you're going to need these two earring wires. You're going to need 6 of these large round, like they're like a, let me open that up so I can show you. See, they're like a keychain, and you just wind it and wind it and wind it until you get it on all the way. That's what I like to use, because then they never come apart. They stay together like a champ. Then you're going to need 2 of the small ones as well. Here's some small ones. See, I have large one, then I have small one. You need 6 of these, three for each side, and then you need 1 of these for the very top, for each top. You'll need 2. Okay, let's do it. Okay, to start with, we're going to grab 1. Let me just pull these out of here. It's easier for me, now that you know what I'm using. And then we're also using some of these. I got these in the blackened color. Oops, one of them's not black. we'll have to change that. Okay. Now I've got them. Let's find a black one. There we go. Let's get rid of that bronze. Now, also, you can make your own. You can always make your own. I've got lots of videos on how to do that. As a matter of fact, I'll grab a wire and show you. I haven't done this in like 2-3 weeks and didn't have everything set up right, but here we go. Let me show you this real quick because this is so simple. I don't like the little, if you like a little bend in it down here to where you're going to put a bead on, like see how far that's bent? I don't like the bends particularly, but I put them in sometimes. I don't always put it in. I'll do it for you, but you really don't need that. Let me get I'll just take you take anything round. I like to use a little pencil if I have it. Here's a paintbrush. I'll use a paintbrush. All you got to do is you put the side that's open toward in the down, the side that's open on your pen. You want to put that under, going toward the bottom. Then you want to just grab a hold of this, hold onto that really tight on there with your thumb, and just bend it around like that. See? Now if you pull that off, you have you have rings there. I mean, that's the easiest way to do it. And then for the little ends, these little tips here, you can either cut those shorter, which I don't like to do because I don't like to lose my earrings, or you can just whip. Let me get that even. Just bend it up just a little bit. And there you got some earring wires. Now, if you decide that you want that little bend, I don't like the bend because it looks distorted on my ears when I put it like that. Because the store bends them too much. I think it's just to keep those little wire things on. I think it's just to keep these things from falling off. But you can always glue those if you want to put something on there. You can always put a little something on there. Now, if you want that bend in there, you can always take it. Just bend it a little. Like that. And then you can put something on there. I wouldn't bend it more than that, though, because they just don't look right on your ears after you bend them too much. You do it the way you like it for your ears. You know, don't worry about doing it the way the store does. But there you go. That's real simple. 2 little wires. Now, if you needed to, if you didn't have wire that has the round tip on it, all you'd need to do is get yourself a round nose plier, or you can even use this and bend it up a bit. You can just keep bending it, but a round nose is easier. You'll just grab it like that and just bend it around, pull it up some, bend it the rest of the way, and up like that. See? There you've got it. Now to put this on, you're going to need to open your keychain type circle. Yep. To open it, you pull out and turn it and hang on tight to your pliers. Then you slip that in there and you just keep twisting it till it goes on all the way. You can always use the other kind that you just pull apart and put on, but I don't like using those because sometimes you lose your pieces later on. Now I'm going to pull out and twist. And see how I've got the opening there? Now I'm going to put on my next one. Make sure you don't go this way. Make sure you go the opposite way, upside down, or you're going to have them going in opposite direction. Now see how I'm turning that? Just keep turning it until you get a little pop and it goes together. See how that went together? That's so cool. You're going to grab another one. You pull straight out and up and hang on to it. Hang on to it tight. It's the only way to get these things on there nice, if this is what you plan to use. A lot of people don't like to use them because they're a little harder to use. But you know what? You are not going to lose that loop. Once you get these on there, they're on to stay like a keychain. Let's get that last one on here. Pull it open and turn your pliers. Hang on tight. And oop, I almost went the wrong way. Make sure it's not the right side up. It's got to be the bottom side up when you go to stick this on. There you go. It's all the way on there. See there? Ooh, the black one's going to look really slinky and cool. Okay, now you're going to put one of the big ones on, then you're going to put a small one on, and your earring wire, and you're done with that one. Then we'll just do the same thing again. See there? Put it on, slip it on there, and turn it. Okay, it's on there. I heard a click. Pull out, turn, hang on tight. Put this on and turn it. See how I turned it and it clicked? It clicks when it's on all the way. Now you've got that on there. The reason I put this second one on is because the wire that you're going to put on here is going in the opposite direction, and we didn't want the earring to go sideways. We want it to go front ways. So when I put that wire on, it's going to be going front ways. Now to do this, these store-bought ones always have it to the back, and the way I just made it for you was to the back also. We're going to open this up just a little, just enough to go on that ring. We're going to make sure we're putting the front. We're going to make sure that the back is facing us and slip it on there. And then we're going to twist it shut right here. And there you have it. Oop. There you go. Isn't that cute? Sparkly, and if you have two holes, you can wear both of them together. Now we're going to go ahead and make the second one just to get that done out of the way. But I want you to be aware of how to use these type of circles because they're so handy, especially when you're putting charms on bracelets and stuff. You don't want those charms falling off. These things are awesome for that. You know, if you get used to using them, you're going to love them. If you haven't used them before, if you can see that, if you can, my camera comes in clear enough. See, it's like a keychain. See the different levels there? It's like a keychain that you just slide them around and slide them on. That's why they stay on so nice. If you grab onto that edge, pull straight out, and twist. Hang on tight. Hang on tight to that. You'll know how to do it after we get done here. Then you just twist it, and listen, you're going to hear a pop. See? That pop meant it went on all the way. There you go. Okay, let's do it again. Pull straight out. Twist your pliers, your flat nose, and hang on tight. Bottom side up, slip it on there. You got to remember that bottom side up. That was the hardest thing for me, and I still mess up sometimes. There went that little click. Now you got 2 on there. Now the next one, pull straight out, down, hang on. Sometimes I put 2 on at a time, but that kind of bends your wire a bit. But if your wire gets bent, you can always grab a hold of it and push it down in some, and it'll kind of put it closer together again. Grab onto that, pull straight out. Oops, there, I almost did it. Put it backwards, back side toward you. And you're going to turn until you get this put in all the way. Oh, that click happened. There you go. It's all on there. Now let's get our last one on, and this pair will be finished. That's how quick you can make a pair of earrings with an old necklace. You can even buy these things and make your own. You can make them as long as you like. Twist, twist, twist until you get it on all the way. Now let's get our last one. This is the little one. The little one's the hardest one to get used to. Little one does not like being opened. Pull out, up, and it'll still hold its place just like the big one. But it's just kind of crabby. Oop, I just lost it. Thank goodness I brought my stuff over here. No, I did not. I got another one in there. Thank goodness I have a whole bag of these black ones. I like to keep a lot around. I normally buy them and put them in bigger bags all together so that I have them all in one place. Oh, here's one. Some of these are just the plain ones. You can use the plain ones. Plain ones are easy to use. Let me show you this. It's a good thing I bought these out just so I could show you. All you're going to do with these kind is you take 2 pliers. This might be easier for you to start out with. Well, it would definitely be easier to start off. You open it up, put your item on the ring. Let me find something to put on there. I'll just put this on. You put whatever you're going to put on your ring. Then you grab hold of it again, and you just snug those ends up to each other again. That's all you do with this kind. See? That's all there is to it. Let me hold it with this. That's all you do with that one. Although I don't like using those. They just, I'll use them on some projects. But it's better if you glue or weld them after you do that. But it's just more time than I want to spend on it. I like things that are going to stay together right off the bat, and I can get them done. Now let's get one of these little wires. We're going to pull there's the end right there. I can feel it with my, if I take my finger now, I can push it up there, and I can feel when I hit that edge. That tells me I can pull out right there and turn it and hang on tight. Turn it. There. Now that's done. All I got to do is put the wire on. And make sure I put it on the right way. I just opened the wire. And I want the downside facing me. I want the back side of it facing me when I go to put it on. There we go. Backside's facing me. Then I want to twist it and just make it snug in there. Now some of these you can't play with too much. Some of them will break on you. That's one reason I like making my own too. There you go. Now you got a nice pair. See how quick that was to make that whole pair? It's so cool when you can do that. Oh, that's the wrong way. There we go. But it's so cool that you can make something like that. Now we made two earrings right then very quickly. Now we're going to take, which one will we do now? We'll do the wire one. Okay, we're going to do this one now. Where you have it hanging on a chain. See? You don't need to hang it down that long. I'll make one a little shorter than this on the next one. But I want to show you how to make those chains even. Now what you're going to do is you're going to, I like to save one of them. If I cut in a certain area, I don't have to worry about losing both of them. I want the bottom off one of them. So I'm just going to cut from right here, because then I have this one saved for using on something else, and I don't have to mess with the ends. You know, well, I don't like this one, so I'll use that one for something else. I like this kind better. I should cut it on the other end, but that's okay. Now I'm going to cut off the other. Make sure you don't cut off the same end, say on the same bead, because then you won't be able to use that bead. Okay. Cut off the bottom on this. Now what I do is I take my file. I'm going to put this aside because I don't need this one right now. I take just an emery board or a metal file. I like to use a metal file, but I know a lot of people don't have them, so I'm going to use the emery board to show you can do it with an emery board. Now all I'm doing is smoothing off that little excess that's hanging over. Now it's pretty smooth. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. There it is. All clear. Now, this one is not going to hang right on the... Wait, where is it? I lost my ear. Oh, there. Okay. Now, if you'll notice, now, I'm working from a pair some jewelry that I just pulled apart. Now, if you notice, this one, the tip is going straight across on this one. This one has a tip going the opposite way, so I'll have to put two of these hoops on so that it'll, well, I'm going to try one, and then I may not need the hoop up here, so it's going in the right direction. You got to figure out what direction you want your jewelry to hang in, and I didn't know it was going to be like this when I started, but this is good. We can improvise. Okay, now I've got the hoops over here, and I am going to put one on. Remember how we open those? That's why I showed you to do that first, so that you got used to it. Open straight out, turn, hang on. Then grab one of your little gems and just turn it till you hear a pop. There's the pop. Now that's on good. That's on there good. Let me show you. See? Now this is going to be hanging in a different direction than this one because of how that was. So it's going to be a little different. but it'll still look good. Now, remember how I told you that sometimes these open up? See how that's open a little bit? Now, I want that to close more than that. So I'm going to grab a hold of this right here. I'm just going to push it down in and bring it back up. See how that closed it back up? Can you see that it closed up? Yeah. See how it's closed now? That's because I just grabbed it, pulled it, pushed it in, and let go. Now it's back where it needs to be. Because this was kind of big putting it on there. But anyway, let's get to the next one. Let's put one on the other one. We'll just make them at the same time, so we just get this done. Now I'm turning it. Listen for a click. So if you don't listen for the click, sometimes you don't have it on all the way. There's the click. It's on there all the way. Now this one I didn't have a problem with. It went on and it didn't open on me. It stayed nice. Okay, so those two are done. Now we got to put the chain on. But I'm going to show you how to cut this chain. What I like to do is I like to get myself... Oh, I can even take the earring hook that I'm going to use. That's what I'll use. Now this is part of the necklace that I took apart. We're using all the same necklace. The only thing different we're using is we're adding hoops. The hoops is the only thing different. Now I put them on a chain so you can see how long they are. And then I'll come up here. Now I'm going to cut it a little smaller than the other one just so the earrings are different. And then you cut it off. Now I just cut that off. And that's how they turned out. Now if you notice one's longer than the other, you cut one more hoop off. I should have... I was hoping one would be longer than the other so I could show you. But these came out perfect this time. But if you get one that's a little bit longer, this is the only way you can tell, is having them on something so that you can see the length of them. Now these are perfect. So I don't have to worry about that. But you'll cut off one loop at a time. Can you see the loops? Let me see. You'll only cut one loop at a time until you get them level. And then you just keep putting them in front of you and checking them to see if they're right. But that's how you get those nice. Now we're going to put one of those loops on here. What we do to do that is we open up our little hoop here again. We don't want to open the loops on these because they're hard to get back nice together. So we're going to do it with this. We're going to stick it through the hole. Wait, it closed up on me. Pull out, under. Then stick it on. Turn it until you hear a click. Make sure you hear the click. There it is. It's on there now. See there? Look how cute that is. Oh, that's going to be cuter than the other one. Then you're going to hook it to your earring post. I'm not going to put another... See how this one has another ring up here? I'm not going to put the ring in this one because of the way that was turned. Because I want the jewelry to face out toward the public. So, you just got to improvise and change things if you have a little hazard come up. Now I'm going to put that on the hoop. See how that's going to hang? Now if you don't like the way it's hanging, you can put a hoop on there. I like it. I like the way it's hanging. So I'm going to leave it there. Then I'm going to turn this and just make it snug up against the metal. See there? Made it snug up against the metal. Look at that. This one's even cuter than the other one. Let me show you the difference. I like this one much better. Go figure. I like the shorter chain anyway. I like the longer chain if I have several pieces that are going to hook on at the same time. Like, look, if you put two together. Look how cute that would be. If you put 2 or 3 together, I like putting 3 together. I like uneven numbers when I'm putting several chains together. I like uneven numbers. It looks more uniformed. Pull out, under, hang on. Get that hoop in there and listen for a click. I'm turning it and turning it, and I'm listening for a click. Oop, that was my pliers. That wasn't the click. Oh, there was a click. I heard it. It's a very quiet one, but I heard it. Now this, I've got a little opening there. I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to push it in a little just so that it's back where it belongs. There you go. Now I'm going to put it on the hook and we'll have this earrings done. And this set of, I can't even talk. We'll have this set of earrings finished. Now we're going to open up. Remember, it's always on the back side. We're going to pull up. Can you even see that? Well, I've got this pulled up. You're not seeing very well by my camera. Oh, there it is. See how I open that up? Now, while it's in focus, whoop, I'm going to stick this chain on here. Well, trying to do it for you, it's kind of hard to show you exactly how that's going to go on there. But I am going to get that on there. I don't think I opened it enough. It would help if the chain's open. Now I'm going to hook this on here. See how I hooked that on there? Now it's on. Now I've got to close this. I've got that open a lot now. It's not always good to open it that much because these tend to break, the store-bought ones. That's another reason for knowing how to make your own. There you go. Now we have 2 sets of earring in that short a time. Aren't those adorable? Now that's just with old jewelry that I found at the thrift store. I used everything that was in the necklace except for I had to have wires and I needed rings. That's all that I changed here. Now the last pair is this here, and I'm not going to do it with the hoops. I'm going to do it with the chain because I know you know how to do the hoops now because I've shown you over and over how to do it with the hoops. I found a necklace that had lots of these. It's a very cheap necklace. It's got little plastic pieces in there, but I give a lot of jewelry away, so I like to make sure that some of it's not too expensive and some of it is. So this kind of brings me in the middle. But anyway, here's the last one. We're going to do this with chain. And I'm going to show you how to do that chain again. Maybe this time I'll make sure it comes out uneven this time so that I can show you how to even it. I take a chain. I never hook just right in one place and do it. I always hook the 2 ends of the chain on so that I can make a big difference later. Okay, I'm just going to cut randomly here just so I can show you the difference. Okay, oopsie, one is longer than the other. What will I do? Okay, I want you to come, I want you to look at these things where they are. And if you notice, there's about 1, 2, 3 rings longer on one side than the other. So I'm going to cut off 3 rings and see if I got it in the right place. Or 1 ring, or 2 rings, whatever. If I can cut it. Or maybe I'll do one at a time. Well, now we cut off at least 1. Now if you notice, there's still 1 more ring too long on this. So I'm going to cut off 1 more ring. This will ensure, if you do it this way where you put both wires, both ends of the chain on a hoop, you're going to get the right size. No matter what, you're going to get that right size. See there? If you have to put it under a magnifying glass, check out. But this came out right this time. But it's because I have the 2 hoops up here, and I'm not counting the loops. I'm just making sure they look even. But it comes out perfect that way. I've never had it come out wrong that way. Now we've got to get ourselves some of our trusty rings here. Pull straight out, bend, and hang on tight. I'm going to get that on there. Now with this one, because I have that on there already, I'm going to show you a little trick I do. Is I like to go ahead, and since that wire's already open on its own, I like to put my wire on at the same time. If I can get it on there. Hang on a second. I am going to stick my wire on at the same time. I don't have the best of eyes. Only on the camera. Okay, let me pull that closer to the edge. You know, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to keep it easy for you. It always works for me when I'm off the camera, but when I'm on the camera, I have these funny things, little funny things happen. Okay. Now I'm going to open up my wire again and stick on the, pull straight out, turn, oops, pull straight out. If I can get it, turn it, and it's ready to have a wire put on. Boy, my aim is off today. Sorry about that. Here we go, I got a hold of it. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll use my tweezers. If I can't get this on there, I'll use my tweezers, but I don't have my tweezers handy right now. It's kind of nice to have your tweezers handy. Let me get my tweezers. Oh, there they are. Sorry I've left you so much. Later on I'll redo this video so it's better for you. I just don't have time to redo it today. Okay, now I'm going to open this up. Pull out and twist. Now it's open. Now where is my... Now here's my little wire. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to hook it right in there. And now I'm fighting with that. This is normally not this hard. Oh gosh, let's start it over. This is just hilarious. Okay, I'm going to put my chain in there first. Okay, from now on, put the chain on first. It's easier. Now I got my chain on there partially. And then I'm going to open this up again while the chain's hanging on there. It's not all the way on yet. Then I'm going to stick this on. Oh, that works so much easier. I don't know why I had such a hard time with this today. Now, did I click? Yes, I did. There we go. It's on there. Now look how much cuter that looks with the chain. I like the chain better. The chain looks a little more elegant than the other deals. You see? Oh, my finger's in the way. How about I use that finger? See how much better that looks? Cash, elegant. With an inexpensive necklace I got from a thrift store. So that's kind of cool. Okay, let's try this again, but we're not going to do it with this one. I think what the problem was with that is the hole inside of that last one had a little burr on it, and it wasn't letting me pull thing through far enough that I could get a hold of my chain. It wasn't letting me turn this wire. Okay, now we're going to pull straight out and turn, and we're going to put our chain on first. Where is our chain? There it is. Now we're putting our chain on first. Always put the chain on first, I've learned. It's kind of nice to learn things with other people too. And then we all know that we have our little glitches here and there. Nobody's ever too good to make mistakes. Okay, grab hold, pull out, turn. Stick on your red bead. Grab hold of the other side, and you're going to twist until you hear a click. Okay, I heard one click. There's the other one. Now they're both on there. Now I want to tighten this. Wait, is that on there all the way? Yeah, it's on there. See? Okay, now all you got to do is put your earring wires on, and you're done with this third pair. Okay, now I don't want to lose my wires because I don't want to have to leave you again. I'm so sorry about that. But we all have problem days. But I wanted to get a tutorial one for you because I didn't want you to think I had abandoned you. Get that. Now, if I open it up far enough, as I told you before, sometimes I just don't open that up far enough. And I don't like opening it this far. And then you take it and you close it up and snug it in there. And there you'll go. Very cute. Now here's the difference between the two when they're done. And another thing you can do, just so that you have more ideas, you could take and put 2 or 3 of these things together, have one with hoops, one with wire, and kind of go up above each other, and then you'll have a real interesting earring that way also, just by adding these things together all on one hook. With different sizes of chain or else hoops and chains. Now let's get our last one and we will be all set. Oh, now this one is a weak one. Told you those store ones are not as nice. I don't like stuff that falls apart. Okay, here's another one. This will work. Glad I had them up here. I was prepared for something. Can you believe it? Okay. Now it's open far enough. Now all I gotta do is get this on there. Oh, look how easy that went on. Something went right today. Thank you, Lord. Okay, there you go. You've got that cute little earring. Now, if you decided to, you could add more pieces. Now, look if I made these all different lengths. If I put those all different lengths on there, see how you'd have just like a cute little dangly earring if you put them all together? But I advise you, if you wanted to put them all together, what you might want to do is take a chain, I mean one of these rings, and put all 3 of your chains on the ring and then hook it to, then you'd want to hook it to your hook. You know, like that. And then that would make it really nice. But this is what we're going to do. This is what we did today. This is one I showed you how to do, because all you're doing is hooking those hooks together, like I showed you before. And this one here is the one with the chain. And hopefully you know how to measure your chains now. You can make them any length you want to. You can always cut it back off if you don't like the length after you get the first one going. And then you've got this here that we made. And that was out of that necklace, and we filed the edge on the bottom to smooth it out so it doesn't catch our clothing. And here's the shorter version that we made today. I kind of like the shorter version. I like the shorter version quite a bit. And then we have the long dangly ones that we made. Now you can buy these supplies in the hobby shop to get these long dangly ones. Here's the one we made today. Well, here's both of them. Well, it's better showing you against my shirt. But that was a necklace. And I turned them into earrings. And they'll make adorable earrings on. Okay, that's what I have for you today. And you have a wonderful day crafting, and God bless you.